Yeah, give us a clap.
I love the clap. I don't know why. I just love to clap. Okay. Hi, I'm Melissa Clark, and I'm about to make Thanksgiving. And it's a different kind of Thanksgiving this year. You might not be able to go home and see your family, so maybe you're cooking your first Thanksgiving meal by yourself, or maybe you're having a much smaller meal than usual because you can't have everybody come over. But it's still gonna be festive, it's still gonna be delicious, and I'm gonna show you how to make Thanksgiving with one pan and one pot in under 3 hours. You still need to have a turkey centerpiece for a traditional Thanksgiving. At least I think you do. But instead of a whole turkey, I wanted to do a turkey breast. Thing is that because it's skinless, it looks kind of sad when it comes out of the oven. You don't get that golden brown, gorgeous turkey moment. So in order to compensate, I'm going to wrap it in bacon, which is just not a bad thing, right? You're going to have turkey wrapped in bacon. So I think this is a very good compromise. In an ideal world, you want to season your turkey a couple of hours ahead, anywhere from, say, 2 hours to the day before. But if you don't have time, you can just season it up and put it straight in the oven. You know, it'll taste a little bit better, but don't stress out about it. And now this is going to sit in the fridge. Sweet potatoes are actually my daughter's favorite part of Thanksgiving. You know, she peels off the marshmallows. Actually, I don't even know if she eats the sweet potatoes. Instead of a classic sweet potato casserole, I decided to make individual baked stuffed sweet potatoes. So it's like every person gets an individual personal sweet potato casserole. I'm gonna bake them at 400. The entire Thanksgiving is gonna be done at 400 degrees. The sheet pan's doing its thing in the oven. It's got the sweet potatoes. And now I'm gonna put the pot to use, and I'm gonna make cranberry sauce. Number one thing, you wanna make the cranberry sauce first because it needs time to chill and thicken up. The trick to using one pan and one pot is to rotate them, to kind of use them in different stages. So pretty much whenever I have my sheet pan in the oven, I also am either gonna have this pot on the stove or I'm gonna have the pot in the oven as well, which is why you need an oven-safe pot. It's all about timing and, planning this out in advance. But I've done the planning for you. You have to have stuffing at Thanksgiving. It's the law. I grew up on chestnut stuffing. And it wasn't until my 40s that I realized I actually don't really like chestnut stuffing. I mean, I like chestnuts and I like stuffing, I just don't want them together. So I'm going to do a sage and onion stuffing, really classic. Here's the thing about stuffing. The drier your bread, the more flavors it can absorb. So if you start out drier, you get a slightly richer stuffing. And then just tear it up into pieces. You can use any kind of bread for this, by the way. I'm using like this ciabatta. My mother likes to make her stuffing with bagels, which I do not endorse, but you can do it. It's a little chewy, the bagel. You know, it's not like ideal, but she always has them in the freezer and she likes to use things up, so. Can I use my onion goggles? In our family this year, things are gonna be different, like in your families. We're just gonna go see my mom. We're gonna sit out on the porch in the afternoon. We're gonna have cocktails. And then just the three of us, my husband, my daughter, and myself, will come back and we're gonna cook together. You know, usually we're cooking for so many people, we don't all get to just cook Thanksgiving dinner together. So there's gonna be a lot of marshmallow stealing from the 12-year-old, I have a feeling. And maybe some wine sipping for the grown-ups, and it's still gonna be really lovely. We're gonna do some Zoom calls with my cousins in Madison and my cousins in San Francisco, and we'll be together in the best way that we can. Ah! Remember how I said I was easily distractible?
How's that going?
It's ready, it's good, it's good, it's good. It's perfect, it's perfect. It could be slightly looser, that's okay too. The only problem with this pot is it weighs a ton. And I'm gonna put it in this bowl and let it cool. Wipe out the pot and I'm going to use it to make the gravy. Gravy. I don't know what I'm gonna say about gravy. Like, what do you say about gravy? What do you say about gravy? Okay, you need the gravy. Here's the thing about gravy. If you've ever made gravy on Thanksgiving, you're probably thinking, okay, gravy, I need the whole turkey, I need the drippings, because you make the gravy out of the drippings, right? I've been making make-ahead gravy for the past couple of years. It's so much easier because in the middle of Thanksgiving, the last thing you wanna do is take that really hot roasting pan full of turkey drippings, try to maneuver it and make gravy in it. So make ahead gravy is super easy. It can still be very flavorful. You just have to use a really flavorful stock. And if you have the wine and the onions and the butter and the stock, it's still gonna taste great. And it's pretty easy to make. And you know, you can make it ahead. And now this just gets cooked until it starts to thicken a little bit. So just a couple of minutes on this. Potatoes are nice and soft, so I'm gonna take them out and let them cool. And now I'm just gonna pour it into my daughter's little lunch thermos, and then it's gonna stay warm and perfect for when we're ready to serve it. So now I have my pot. The gravy is in its thermos, staying warm, and you could wipe it out or wash it out, but you know what? Having a little bit of gravy in your stuffing, I don't think is a bad thing. So back on the stove, and I'm gonna make my stuffing. I've got my onions and my celery, and I'm just gonna let them soften and get really, really tender and a little bit golden. You need to be pretty thorough about this because they're not really gonna cook that much more when you add the bread. So take your time with this step and let them get nice and soft. So while the onions and celery cook, I'm gonna mix together my egg and stock mixture. Chopped parsley. This is my sage and my thyme. I'm actually gonna add that to the celery and onions because I want them to talk to the butter. I want them to get a little bit warm and bloom in that butter. I am gonna let this sit for a few seconds and watch how the bread absorbs the liquid to see if I need to add any more liquid. All right, so that to me looks good. You can see a little bit on the wet side, but not soggy. Add some butter right to the top, and then that way when it's in the oven, that buttery bits are gonna get crisp and brown, and it's gonna be so good. Okay, where are we? Where are we? We have the sweet potatoes are baked and they're cooling over there. Gravy is made, cranberry sauce is made, stuffing is in the oven. So it is turkey time. It's time to wrap this turkey breast in bacon. But before I do that, I'm gonna add some mayonnaise and some mustard to make it even yummier. Turkey breast is super lean. It doesn't have a lot of fat. So adding mayonnaise makes it a little bit richer and also kind of seals in those turkey juices. And then adding mustard is great because it adds flavor. It adds like a sharp zinginess. You could skip it, but they're not that pronounced that you're gonna be eating this and think, oh, gee, this tastes like mayonnaise and mustard. It's just gonna taste a little bit richer and a little bit more complex. Okay, so I have bacon. It is not the thick cut kind. It is the thin cut or regular cut. If you use the thick cut kind, it's not gonna get very crispy. Just gonna turn it like that. And then when I add the Brussels sprouts, they can go on this side of the pan. Okay. That looks good. Set timer, 20 minutes. Sweet potatoes are soft and they are cool enough to handle, which is key because you're gonna be handling them a lot in order to stuff them with all the yumminess. You don't have to unwrap these. You actually wanna keep them in their foil. Cut a nice long slit into the top and then kind of just squish them open and expose their soft potatoey insides. And then you just wanna mash them up. So I'm just getting these ready now because I have a break while the turkey's roasting. I'm gonna get them all set up, but I'm not gonna bake them until the last minute right before serving because you really want that gooey marshmallow loveliness and you want it to be hot right when you put it on the table. So these can just hang out until I need them. If you are a marshmallow hater, you can skip the marshmallows. Just stop there and throw them in the oven and they'll just get warm and yummy. But I really like the marshmallows. My kid really likes the marshmallows, and if I didn't do it, she would be mad. Right, Bun? Yeah. Every Thanksgiving meal needs to have a green vegetable. You just need something to break up all that rich turkey and stuffing and gravy. And I'm just gonna season them with oil, some salt, of course, and I've got coriander seeds. But you just wanna bruise them up a little bit, kind of lightly crack them. And this is just gonna bring out their flavor. And, you know, make them go all over your counter, which is essential. Oh yeah. Does that look as good on your phone as it looks in front of me? Okay, so that's gonna hang out. Let's get the Brussels sprouts on the pan so that I can just do that. Give it a shake. And then back in for another 20, 25 minutes. I will keep checking it. I want the turkey to be fully cooked. I want the Brussels sprouts to be nice and tender, and I want that bacon to be super crisp. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take this turkey and put it on the cutting board to rest for a few minutes. Then we're gonna pop the sweet potatoes on the same pan as the Brussels sprouts, let the marshmallows melt, and let the Brussels sprouts finish cooking. Back in the oven for like 5 minutes. And then that gives the turkey a chance to rest. I'm also going to put my stuffing back into the oven for another 5 minutes because I took it out a while ago, so it's probably on the cool side. So I'm just gonna warm it up. Oh yeah, woo, that looks amazing. Ta-da! You've got the gorgeous browned marshmallows. You've got the perfectly cooked Brussels sprouts. Turkey's looking pretty excellent as well. Cranberry sauce, gravy, stuffing. Did I forget anything? So that's it, the entire Thanksgiving meal. It's ready, except for dessert. You are on your own for that one. However you're celebrating, wherever you are, whoever you're with, I wish you all lots of love and amazingly delicious food. Oh yeah, hey kid, there's marshmallows.
Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna say goodbye to all of you and just wish you the happiest Thanksgiving ever. I hope you are with the people you love, and I hope you are eating something delicious. And I hope you do not have somebody stealing your marshmallows.